This is the I Know podcast where we're all about healthy debate, honest conversation, and talking beer junk. Information, knowledge, observation. This is the I Know podcast. I-N-O, information, knowledge, observation. Also, I know nothing. Big up a man like Mosey. We got Kofi. We got Nyasha. We have Gabi on the outside. Who is, we love this intern, and she's great. She don't really come up, but whatever. She stop home sometimes, you know?
She don't like me no more.
She can't do she own thing. Yeah, when she come, when she feel like coming, she's coming. When she want help, she's help. Anyway, thanks everybody, by the way. We never really say this, but thank you for watching. Right? We never really say this on the podcast, but we really appreciate everybody watching and tuning in. Anyway, so for the last like 2 months, right? We was thinking of somebody to bring on to talk about music with us, right? And we had a list of people. But then, when we went through this list, eventually, somebody messaged me, the person next to me, and said, I will come on and think whatever. And it was the right timing, and it was the perfect. It was better. He's better than anybody that we thought of. We talking about music today. We talking about the culture. We talking about everything. So, you got welcome to the show, Fewwture.
Thanks, man. Thanks. But question though, was I on the list?
No.
Nah.
Let me tell you why though. Let me tell you why. Honestly, maybe it's just my like a self-esteem thing. I just feel like some people just don't want to come. I feel like this is
man. You got believe in your product, believe in yourself. And who ain't want, if you call them and they won't come, well, they're missing out. Well, still try a shot. Try a shot. But I watch the show. I've been watching it and I enjoy the conversations. I think it's fun. The head reason that I see the men is be beating drinks and things. I really here for the drinks.
Yeah.
So let me get out of the way.
All right, so people know you predominantly as Puffy's manager, right?
Yeah.
But can you go through all of the different business ventures that you have?
Okay. I will go through what I had and have. I started out promoting. Well, no, sorry. Me start from the beginning. Me go back. I started producing music first. I was a producer. And then Chris Allman contacted me, and then I started working with him. Then I started working with Strategy, the band. And if you remember Kurt Brown and Strategy and the shipping days and that kind of thing. And then I was the producer for that band, and then I went into DJing. So I was DJing in the breaks in the set.
So when you're producing, you actually mean producing their music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was doing their originals. And then I was also ghost producing for an artist who was signed to a particular label. I can't list that right now because it's a ghost thing. But we started working with that label, and then I start promoting from there. Me and my 2 friends came up with Models and Bottles. That was 2008. And then around that period, that's when I found Puffy. And I bring on Puffy, and then I actually didn't even know what I was doing. I didn't even know it was called management, nothing like that.
Right.
I was just helping out a youngster. And then, so we start getting into that. And from there, just start moving. I just started doing different things. I got into sales. I opened a clothing store.
Which one?
It was a store actually in the Gap as well, but it was something called Bimbot. So it was really selling like surf wear, like a lot of Billabong and Hurley and that kind of thing, and Quicksilver, because it was catering for obviously like the tourists coming in that would want beach wear and that kind of thing. So I had that, but it was a real trend. It looked like a surf shop, skateboards shop kind of vibe, and then I was selling a lot of like local T-shirts and stuff like that as well too. I had to close it down because the person that owned the building sold the building, so that was closed down. And then I started another venture after that, and I created a graphics firm. I just wanted to get into things that always keep me creative. So I opened a graphics firm, bring on 2 graphic artists, website designer, so on, a little small office, And then
Sorry, as the host of the show. I'm professional, right? Hold on. Right. Sorry, you brought on 2 graphic artists, right?
right, and we moved from there, and then we had like
a girl on the Instagram group. Anyway, right. You say you brought on 2 graphic artists, right?
Right, and then we just went from there, and then next to tools we had like an agency, advertising agency, and brought on staff and accountants and secretary and assistants and this and that. So that was it.
You saying that like you saying that like so easy, but I hear a lot of entrepreneurs saying that it's difficult to start a business, especially in Barbados. Do you find that's the case?
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, anything is difficult, really. I mean, anything that's worth getting will be difficult, but I think it's about the love for it. I think that my love for everything I got in was stronger than the challenges, and that's important. So
okay.
that's why I only got into ventures that I know that I would enjoy. I didn't get into it because of just money. I mean, money's nice, but I got into it because I won't be able to feel good getting it and going there and doing that, And that's the whole point of me not working for somebody.
Right. Okay.
So even if it's not making as much money as I want, I'm still happy to get up and do it. So when the challenges do come, it doesn't feel as difficult, because I love what I do.
Where do you think entrepreneurs go wrong in BIM?
Going after money and just money. That's the first thing. And then they give up easily as well. They give up too quickly. There's so many times that I wanted to give up. It get hard. I had a lot of ventures I got in. I fail. Everybody's always saying, "My future, everything you touch is turned to gold," but that's not really true. I just developed this skill that when I fail, it's get quick before anybody could see. You know when you fall in a crowd and you shame, so you just get real quick. That's me. Like I just get quick. You know what I mean? Like I don't complain. I don't like sulk. I just get and move again.
If you don't mind mentioning, like what some of the ventures you've been through that you failed at?
I think that I failed with the clothing store, and not just because it was out of my control in terms of. I think that I should have been in a position where I should have been able to just move and just have a different location instead of just like
dependent on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot, and then I'm a promoter as well, so I go on to events, and events just flop.
Yeah.
Events can be sometimes the most rewarding thing quickly. Gratification, and then it could also break your heart as well. And like for instance, right, it took me a year to save a certain amount of money, right? And it was a good set of money. So then I got overconfident, and then I got into another venture, and I brought in an artist from overseas to do this, to do that. Bam! I lost all that money in one night.
You would mind saying how much you lost?
It was like $100K.
That is twice as much as I was expecting. I felt that.
Yeah, and I know it took a while to build that up.
I would assume so.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah, I
actually
that was my second flop actually, because they had a venture I lost like $40K in one night, and then the second one was like 100.
Is that the biggest loss you ever made?
Overnight, but I did made losses like over time.
Okay. Right,
but with the events, it can be very. I mean, like sometimes you can make it like bam one time, then it's just so be real careful about that.
Was there ever a time going into management with Puffy that you were like not sure?
Nah, I was always sure. I was actually more sure than he was. Even when he was going into competition, I was like, he winning this. He didn't believe that.
I was sure too, so I asked him why he would not be sure.
Because I mean, it's like his nature is like he's super humble, right? And a lot of the DJs that he went up against, he actually idolized them. He looked at what they're doing and he admired them. So when going against the person you admire, like You know,
Yeah.
but you
I
know,
know
for
you
me,
can't
no,
write things like that, yeah.
I ain't got them kind of feelings.
Right,
I ain't got that
you can see it from
attachment. I
another
can see it from a
perspective,
different
right.
angle,
Yeah.
and they see it from far. And when when I went by him and he played the set that he was going to play, I was like, yo, I have never heard anything like this in my life. You got this. You winning this. And I know it was real, but he didn't know that.
Now that we on Puffy, what
Uh-huh.
do you think is Puffy's greatest asset?
His greatest asset is his mind and his personality. Like his personality is actually what really draw me to him in the beginning, because he has a discipline that is it's almost crazy, like insanity. Like
This is not you're not talking about talent, you're talking about skills. This is now he's able to, using his discipline, develop
but this is how he developed his skill, because of his mind.
Right.
It all started with his mind, and I think that Puffy could be anything he want to be. If he put his mind to it, he could have been one of the best tennis players.
I feel the same.
He could have if he had picked up singing before, maybe he was a model and he was doing very good at that. And like, don't matter what he pick up, but it's just that the DJing was the focus, so that flourished. So wherever you water will grow.
Do you think Puffy is an anomaly? Do you think he's like 1 in a million, or is he someone that we can use as a benchmark to strive towards?
I mean, for DJing, I do think that he is 1 in a million, and that's because of how diverse he is and how open-minded he is, and he's always willing to. He takes on a lot of risks that other people really wouldn't do. You know, and that means a lot. I think like, again, it's just not saying that there's no one else that could come and like be like a champion, like from the Caribbean, just like, oh, he did. I think it is a possibility, because we do have a lot of talented DJs here. What I think is special about him is that he have the ability to, like, I don't know, it's words can sum it up. I mean, like, you know the character, right?
Yeah.
But I do think that, yes, they got somebody there practicing in their bedroom that coming at just now.
I wrestle between minds of that he is someone that we could like learn from, that he sets the example. But also I say that he is a unique person that he's a once in a generation person.
Just 1 second, bro. Your chain resting on the
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Right, I think he's a once in a generation kind of person. Just his, I can't think of any. Okay, first of all, and this is to your credit too, I can't think of any artist in the world that has better marketing than him.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone.
Because it's a package.
Strategy.
That was,
right.
I think it's more the latter, because he just fortunate enough to got a full package.
Yeah.
Like, that drive, that talent.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it, right? And I think that, yes, we were all fortunate because to have each other, you understand what I'm saying? Because I do have that skill in terms of knowing how to market and how visuals should look, and how to launch a talent,
right.
that kind of thing. And then he had the drive, he developed the skill, and so it all has to do with the support system.
You just said something that made me wonder. When it comes to his imaging, like, that's more you, or that just what he feels?
Nah, that's him.
Okay.
That's all him. In the beginning, yes. In the beginning, like, obviously, he was very young, and he was new to the whole club scene and that kind. He was the hype boy.
Yeah, he was.
So he never used to like drink alcohol or no. He was like, well, these goody two shoes, and
He still is sort of to me. I still see him that
Okay,
way.
these 2 shoes?
You see him across as a goody two shoes. You know.
He's
okay.
the Captain America.
Let me
in
open
Barbados.
my V. So we could give a different perspective.
I tell you,
If you want that, but you could talk about it.
he's come across that way to me just as a. But as you said,
He's
he understands limits.
clean.
He understands
He
limits.
clean with
That's a
it.
good way to put it.
Yeah, he
That's a good way to
understands
put it.
limits.
That's a good way to put it.
Ever since it was the time that he was out and I saw him and I was like, yo, what happened, man? Like, man, I got in a drinking hand, and he was like, I don't drink before I play.
Right.
But he said that once. I don't know if he still feels that way. But
It's a vibe. It's a vibe thing. Like he know how to balance it. You know, I mean, I got some things that he will go hard, but he's not going to do that and be irresponsible about it. You know what I mean? And not be able to like play or he can be slow or whatever the case would be.
Man,
they got some times when he know that he need a vibe and he need to let me play in a couple of drinks, and they got some times he don't need it. He just get high off the music.
He's crazy.
Is any time that y'all had creative differences and how y'all would have
Oh, you
dealt
solve
with
it,
that?
yeah. That's what I want to know.
That's interesting because I know that people usually do, but in this case, not really. It's almost like everything come in sync. You know, it's pretty much like how you wanted to have this kind of conversation and they call you.
Right.
You know,
It's like
we have that kind of relationship, whereas like we think the same. We our eyes are on the same thing. So
because as you say, Mosey, I know a lot of people that say that their manager just either freak them up or ain't even do nothing. They just did not play a significant role.
I don't think we
people
got
run through managers.
a proper culture of management.
First of all,
that's the next part I was trying to.
you have to
That's thing.
understand
Talk about that, brother.
what management is.
Start there.
Management.
First principles.
A lot of people here in the Caribbean is normally mix it up with a booking agent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But management is so much more because, all right, let me put it this way. Visualize a wheel, right? And for this wheel to turn, you got different spokes, right? So each spokes is like PR. One is marketing. You know, one, it can be social media management. One, it be somebody dealing with digital visuals, the photographer, etc. case would be. Then another one is stylist, and the other one is booking agent. And all these different things. And then, like, a manager have to oversee that entire thing, right? And there are some cases where, in the beginning, I might have to do all between me and him because it was a partnership. But now, as we grew, we were able to hire a person for each spoke to get a perfect functioning wheel. So that is what management is. Management is just not one aspect. It's not just one sport. It's just not taking booking. So when a lot of people come to me, and then the most important part is personal management means that you have to be a friend. That is the most important part. It's almost like you got to be a father figure in some way or a big brother.
Kind of like a strict father saying, you want to do this, but this is what you need, kind of. Okay.
Yeah, you need that kind of relationship because you need somebody that care for your personal well-being. It can't just be just about the money or just about the business and whatever. You have to actually care about this part because it's much further than the art. It's how this person is living behind when they're not doing the art. That's where the work is.
Well, that point there is one of the reasons why I was really looking forward to this podcast. I was trying to figure out why a lot of artists in Barbados don't get as far as I would like to see them get, right? And I think one of the reasons is we have a lot of artists, not enough managers, right? I think we have a lot of people, they're entrepreneurs. There are people that are artists and entrepreneurs, and then they're just artists that don't necessarily know how to
They don't have the business.
They don't have the business side of things, right? And there are people that are lucky enough, like for example, in my opinion, I don't know him personally, but like Lil Rick, he has that kind of entrepreneurial mind, and he has an artist mind. There's some people that I know that are artists though, that need someone behind them. But we don't have those. We don't have the training in place for people to understand how to be managers.
Right. No, and then we also got a case where managers want to be an artist too. Meaning, like they won't be in the spotlight. You gotta know when to fall back.
Fall back.
You know what I mean? It's even like the entourage. You know, the entourage is always come in and demand more than the actual artist itself. Some managers, some managers move like that. So you have to go into the situation as in, you're second place. You gotta know your position and play your position. Right. That's the most important thing. So if anybody want to get into management, it is something that it is full time. You have to understand all those different sports and aspects that I just list off. even if you don't do it personally, you gotta get somebody to do it for you, and you have to oversee it. That's your job. So, for instance, I will got a booking agent in Asia. I will got one in Europe, and I will got one here. So, and then all that combined. So it's basically, look at it this way. You seeing DJ Puffy, but it's actually a business.
It is
a brand and a business that working behind it.
in terms of the connections that are being made and like networking, right? We put a lot of emphasis on artists to like network. But who is it more important for the manager to do the networking or the artist or both?
There's nothing against the artist actually doing networking, but it's really the manager's job. Because it's the manager that have to manage relationships, and sometimes
You
there
gotta find relationships.
yeah, I gotta form the relationships, and then there are some cases where the manager have to take on a role as the big bad wolf or the big goat gruff or whatever you want to call it, because the artist you gotta protect the artist's energy, and you know you gotta kind of like shield him and take the blows if things had to go wrong, or if you know what I'm saying? Like some people try to pull a fast one or whatever the case would be, so you always got to be there in between all the relationships.
If there was one person in Barbados, because a lot of artists have managers, if there was an artist that you had an eye on that you would say you would like to manage, who would it be? You say you answer anything. I asked you about sex. You say anybody.
That'd be a difficult question. That'd be a difficult
I
question for
want
you
to
to
know
ask
rich
though, Marcus.
artists.
I think I can go pour one of them in.
Which artist do you see that you would say, if I had her or him, I could do wonders?
Who you thinking about?
That
would benefit from Dream Real.
I think everybody would benefit from Dream Real, honestly.
But who you
it's
thinking
kinda-
about? I know you. Who you thinking about?
Man, don't get Fewwture off you.
Nah, it's not that. It's not that simple, you know. It's really not even just about like the management company. It all have to. It got a line. So it's like I might see an artist over there I admire and like or whatever, but we may not work good together.
Right.
I might be good at what I do.
So who you admire then? Let me get into that. Who you like?
Artist wise?
Yeah, artist wise.
I mean, there's not like a particular. Right now, I like the style that Just D going down.
Yeah.
I like the imagery that's coming out now, the songs and so on. I like how his path is going. Hollaback is doing well. I started to help him in the beginning as well too. I mean, there's a lot, man.
We need people in the
And
non-soca
then there's
genres.
right.
We need managers in there. You ever look at
There's a problem with that though.
Well,
The problem with that is that there's no industry for like the non.
that's where you come in. Thing. Use create industries though.
He was gonna say somebody else still before. You were gonna say somebody.
I mean like there's the females like Nikita and Shanta and those yeah.
Okay.
And then Aiden.
What about non-soca genres? Is there anybody?
I actually not. I plug out of that. Actually,
Really?
The people that I know that are non-soca artists are not from here. So basically, I kind of like disconnected from that. Not purposely. It just kind of happened because of how busy I am and the way how things pull me.
I feel our non-soca genres need more help. I do.
They do.
Right.
But it's so much different elements that gotta go into that right now, and is the support, like will they get the support like from the audience, is what does the market want,
which is important.
We had a conversation with Kofi on Saturday, and I have the opinion that the market doesn't know what it wants. It doesn't. It only knows what it wants within the framework of what they know. But when you introduce something to them, then you know.
But you see, the thing is that is an important point. But I think that to really install other things or different behaviors or likeness onto a set of people, the masses, it needs a movement. And not just one person might be able to do it. So for instance, if you're talking about hip hop, or you talking about rock, whatever it is, it needs to be like it has to be a movement behind it. Everybody gotta be in on it. You know what I mean? The DJs gotta be behind it. The promoters gotta be part of it. That's how you will create the industry and create interest. You gotta get, and the supporters, you gotta bring out fans together. Like it's so much that gotta go into creating that.
We need more people doing that though. We got a lot of people that fall in at the wayside that are very, very, very good at what they do. But just because our palette is not really like, it doesn't really cater to something that isn't soca, you know. I think we need that bridge, and that bridge is for people like you to say, well, look, whatever packaging, however you do it, these are the artists that we have that don't do soca, but they are equally as amazing as our soca artists.
But my thing would be though is the internet have made the world smaller, and I think that I will put a lot more of the work on there as well, and less emphasis on having to think about pushing it here. It's just one of those.
Okay.
It's really like sometimes you gotta get big outside to get big here. You know, I mean, like, can you think about Rihanna releasing Punny Replay?
She's Robin to me too. Don't worry.
Can
I mean, she's Rihanna, baby. I mean, she what?
You think that it will have the same impact if she had released Punny Replay on Hot 95 with a DJ on the afternoon?
Nah,
you know what I mean?
That gets that midnight.
if ever.
So what happened? Our culture is that we have like, and this is not a diss to our masses or anything like that. It's a habit. You know what I mean? We tend to follow because of how media is fed to us. You know?
So with that, we decided to get some audio fixed. But right. So, but you were saying that they should not really focus on being in Barbados. They should more focus on overseas. But my thinking
focus is a funny word. I think it's still, obviously, yes, you're home. This is home, so still do what you could do here. But just don't let that be your sole thing that you got to aim to get over. Because think about it. Where are the numbers? If you are doing hip hop, where are you gonna market yourself? You know, if you're doing fashion, where are you gonna move to? You know, so if you're into movies, if you're into acting, where you gotta go LA or Hollywood or whatever.
So what do you think about Island Levy's strategy? Because his strategy is to cater to the Bajan audience and using Bajan references and putting out mixtapes and kind of promoting in Barbados. You feel that he shouldn't be doing that?
Who's this?
Island Levy.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
No, seriously. Who's
Baba?
that?
You don't know him either?
No.
Oh.
You don't know Island Levy?
This is the guy that was on Insta?
I get the point he's making though.
Right.
Sure. You know about Sandom Superhero?
Future answer was perfect, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like, there you go.
I don't think that was a bit douchey. I think that
I know it wasn't,
yeah.
but it was indicative of the point that he's making.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
That
Ain't not
I mean,
working?
the penetration in the market. I mean, he's still at the beginning stages. I can give him that.
Right.
Yeah, but it is difficult to break through in a market like this.
So how do we break through in a market like this? Or do we just not even try?
Do you know about Sandom Superhero?
Nah.
That's a Bajan punk band.
Oh.
That.
Oh yeah, I saw.
You know
Yeah.
about Thrasher magazine?
Nah.
You know, you ever see a shirt with Thrasher on it? A
Brother,
skate brand?
you're just saying things like
It's a skate magazine, right?
It's
a skate magazine.
I know what you're saying.
It's a skate magazine, but that's a Bajan punk band that was featured in an overseas, one of the highest caliber skate magazines.
Right.
Oh, that's
That
good.
touring Canada now.
That's good.
But we didn't know him down here. So that was just an example. But they had the whole music festival down here the other day.
Right.
So that was just an example of how, like,
But you see, that's the thing. All right, this is what we gotta get in our heads. Not every artist or every person is going to have that global platform. They say like how you got like a Rihanna. And everyone is not going to reach that level, and that's some people don't even want to reach that level because that pressure is insane, right? You gotta be built for that, right?
Right.
But trust me, the world is made up of a lot of numbers and different cultures and different types of following. And you will find that there's an artist that got 20 million subscribers on YouTube and you have never heard about this artist.
That's a fact.
You understand?
That's a fact.
Like the other day, I only started researching XX Tentacion,
Right.
and
XXX.
yeah, X.
and like he got like this cult following, and I only really listened to him after he passed away. I mean, and that's kind of sad, but I mean, like, I just saying that to say that he became a millionaire. He came out of a bad situation, tried to get a better life off of that, and the world didn't know him yet. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that if you believe in your art, stay true to your art, and just keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to find the people that love what you're doing.
How do we get Bajans to stop being so one-dimensional in their taste of music?
And their taste of music, as in the consumers now.
Yes, the consumers. How do we...
But you can't
let me give you an example, right? Chian, 1. Chris Irie, 2. Island Levy, 3. These are all people that, in my opinion... Tef, 4. These are all people that don't do Bajan music. But rivaling international artists, they are as good as or better than international artists.
That's true.
Though.
Let
me finish by saying that you are not every Bajan, Marcus. People can like what they like at the end of the day, regardless.
How do we get them to like more things then? How do we get them to be more open?
But you're gonna study that. They got some Bajans that don't see 5 feet in front of them.
How do we get them to these 6 foot? That's the thing.
Listen,
it's not just that. It's even food that we eat. People believe that every meat must be seasoned with green seasoning. True. We are so
delish boy.
we just don't know.
Season it, we whiz.
We just don't know any better. So you have to do so much open a Barbadian horizon. That's why when Bajan travel, the first things come out with accents, because them know see different things, them know hearing different things.
So are you saying so is it a lost cause to cater to
it's not a lost
Bajans?
cause, but some people are not going to be fortunate enough to.
I got raised with my grandmother the other day, boy. She's like, "Oh, you like it so?" I could give a shit again, big man. She like that rice gotta be swallowed.
Yes, it's gonna be a certain way. Otherwise, that's just how people are.
All right.
People just say
we are very traditional people.
But Marcus, think about it, right? What's our population?
290,000, I think.
All right, good. You just got at least that amount passing in front of a store in Times Square.
Right.
On a daily basis.
Right.
Really
different people.
Think about that.
Right.
So I don't think we should be stressing out on that, because think about it. Everybody can be in their own world. They can have their own taste and that kind of thing, and that's where you gotta venture out and go into a bigger landmass. Because when you talk about 200 and something thousand people, you gotta then break that down into percentages now, age groups, demographics, taste, and genre, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Male like you, right?
And then how much people you think actually on the party scene that is in that population? You see, all these things you got to consider. Everything just small. That's the reason why it would feel like the industry is lacking this and lacking that, because there's not enough money circulating, and because there's not enough money, there's not enough numbers, that kind of thing.
Okay. Let me put a pin in this. You want to put a pin in this? Or you got a question to ask?
Nah, I got questions to ask. I can ask this one question and we can move off right here, right? Full disclosure, I got a dog at this race. I'm Chian's manager. Yay. So this is a very interesting conversation for me, right?
Okay.
Right. So I actually picking your brain, right?
Okay. I will send you an invoice later.
Businessman.
It's true. She said that after.
What do you make of the argument?
You will learn to do the same.
Fair enough. What do you make of the argument that it makes sense to have a homegrown crowd? Because, okay, so you emigrate, you go to a larger landmass and whatnot, but there are several thousand people trying to do the same thing that you're doing.
So true.
What do you make of the argument that it helps to have some sort of backing at home in terms of support? So that when you make that journey, people can say, well, hey, at least this person is pretty vetted because they're the best in their hometown. Or they're recognized in this hometown. So now you have like the support of a country. You understand what I'm saying? Even if it's limited, even if it's muted to some degree by the genre that you decide to go into. But being the best in that genre,
right, from your country,
gives you some kind of talking point for when you actually go. What do you think about that?
You speaking from the perspective of when all the hometowns are part of the same mass or the same country per se, right? And what I mean is like you might got a Florida rapper, or then you got people from NYC, and all these places are huge, a lot of numbers. So I can't really apply that to here. What I will say though is that again, you're online, and you have to take advantage of that. And even like if you go into labels and stuff like that, they are going to look at the analytics.
So you were saying that the analytics look at the analytics online.
Yeah, I think that people look at that now, like the followers and the traction you get in online. Like people can actually use that now. And it's funny because like even as a person that just a fan of music, and you go and you find an artist, sometimes you base them on how many followers they got.
Not me.
Right. I kind of do. I kind of do it like in terms of credibility.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how many people connect with you. Obviously, these 20 million people, they have to have something in common that they like you.
No,
it's
so
way,
selfish.
maybe.
I like when people don't listen to the artists that I like.
Okay.
I could relate to that. I actually said I said that this morning that I usually like the songs on an album that nobody don't like.
Same.
Right.
And then when people catch on, I don't like it no more.
Me too.
I was like, yo, I wanted to be special. I wanted that to be my song. Yeah.
That's legit me.
Okay. All right. Let me.
But I could get back to you with that, but probably off camera.
Yeah. All right. Let me put it for now. You are in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
You understand music. You understand how Bajans think. Explain Makiton to me.
That's a funny thing.
All right,
First of all, I don't think I understand how Bajans think. I thought I did, but I'd be surprised sometimes. What I think about Makiton is a gimmick. It's a gimmick. We all have these gimmicks.
Is it a gimmick though?
What?
When I hear gimmick, I thinking like it's just something like something that you could like neglect almost, right? Yes, done on purpose is what I really trying to truly get at.
Yeah, define gimmick for anybody in here. Can anybody define gimmick right now so we could, when we use it, we know what we're talking about?
It's almost fluff when they think gimmick.
Like
fluff on top of a package, right? But when they think of Makiton, I don't think that's a gimmick. I think that's the man. That's the package.
No, I'm talking about the response to Makiton then. Can anybody in here explain the response to Makiton?
Does anybody in here respond to Makiton?
I spoke to a lot of people recently because I knew that we would talk about this on the podcast, right? And one of the best things I heard was like, is Matrix Man with undeveloped music. Remember Matrix Man? Me got pulled.
Oh.
So Matrix Man had developed music?
Alright, if you listen to a Makiton video, like there is almost a 10-second in every video that catchy. That is a hook. It draws you in. Like Tourist Suite. The thing that was bare nonsense. That was bare nonsense. That was like a lot of
when he was in the nation.
I know what you mean. What were you saying?
What in the nation?
Right, it's like a lot of catchy things he says that are like almost underdeveloped hooks.
So like, underdeveloped.
Yeah, it's like which is what happened. If someone was to pay him attention and then be like, it would pop almost.
So do people genuinely like
that?
Makiton?
Is what I don't understand.
That is my question.
The fact that he is getting so much traction with these, as I said, underdeveloped things.
I think.
But you also, sorry, you go Nay.
Oh, ladies first. I think it's a comedic value that he has that people like.
Don't do that because you're
legit. It's sporty. People look at him.
You're saying the word comedic value. Comedic value and sporty are two completely different things. I am not
calling him Dave Chappelle. I'm saying that he has this thing where he's sporty and people like that. Bajans
like that.
It's 30 seconds.
So comedy
imagine you're bored a day. You scroll through Instagram. You stop and you laugh.
But that's not what it is, though. That's not what it is.
Nobody's going around downloading his music and playing it.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, what do you think it is, Fewwture? When you say gimmick, can you go on a bit more?
I think there's a place for everything, and you could always mirror it with something else. Like, think about overseas. Think about like 6ix9ine, or think about
6ix9ine music was good though.
Pardon?
Really?
6ix9ine music was good.
Actually,
6ix9ine music was good.
Well, no, again, was it good or catchy?
No.
6ix9ine music was hard.
No.
Hard. Yeah, like 10 songs.
Can you think about anybody from the international market that was kind of comedy that probably came up with like
Trinidad James with gold on my chain.
Oh, gold.
Gold on my watch. Yeah,
Was
everything.
that comedy?
Kind of. It was just. It
He
was
had a
kind
look
of.
though. He had a funny look.
But that
Drum
was
tried
just
it recently, like a quirkiness.
No, but he's a musician.
He's
though.
good. No, he's a musician.
Right.
But try the whole quirky. This is bubble
Lil
kind
Dicky.
of.
yeah.
Oh, Lil Dicky.
You can't use
His
him as
music,
an
but his
example.
The only problem with the only difference between the gimmicks over there and here is that there's people put money behind the gimmicks
Yeah.
over there.
But
People just want to laugh at this and like.
But people
ah,
put money behind gimmicks here though. As in he.
People spend them on their
If
shows.
my-
No, I
everything-
mean support. I mean like a management label, whatever
okay.
the case would be, will push that.
Okay, well, so if somebody wrote Makitone's song and he's getting work, like paid gigs, then I would say that's support. So no, but I'm just saying, if we're labeling him as a gimmick, we're putting money behind gimmicks.
But
And so
that's not new. People have been putting money behind gimmicks forever. Look at any Samsung device. Like your screenshot by doing this, that's a gimmick. That's not a necessity.
You-
That doesn't help the process.
Yes,
yeah, but
does.
people don't.
It doesn't. You
Easy to
can
screenshot.
all. My point. You can also screenshot like every other phone, but they
No,
just
but when
made.
they're laying down, look easy.
No, it's. The point is, it's just something that you add in, you put there to make it like fluff to make it stand out.
But that
almost.
ain't the only thing that people
I don't think that's what
invest
people
in
do.
when it comes to Samsung. There's gimmicks on top of the essence of it.
I'm showing you how people are putting money behind gimmicks and
Right.
people are putting money behind Makitone because people know that the man's got 6,000 views.
I
every
think I
video.
Don't
understand.
talk.
Yeah.
I understand what Marcus. I understand what he's feeling right now. He's feeling emotional right now because
He always emotional. No, man.
he's feeling emotional because it's not the playing field is not well balanced.
Right.
Yeah. Which
You
I think
understand?
everybody here is.
Whereas because as I said, there's a time and there's a place for everything. They got some people that like that the comedy, then they got people that like the other serious stuff or things that touch the heart, that whatever the case would be. But it seems like where we live, it seems like the people that we are surrounded by, and again, no diss to anybody and whatever in their taste, but it just feels like one dimension, as you put it
Right.
before, and it could be it could be like what we're exposed to, because we don't really control what we're fed, media wise.
All right.
In a
I
way
want
we
to
do.
walk.
In a way we
Exactly.
don't. In a way we do.
In this day or age with the internet and with the flow of information, I can't agree that people don't control what they view. People go all their way to go on YouTube and search for videos.
Well, I guess.
It's a yeah, no.
I guess that is a point, but
Like,
But not Makitone.
People
have a
go all
question
their
for you,
way
though,
to
Fewwture.
follow Makito on Instagram.
Really?
People do that.
The
People
audience.
go on his lives immediately. People as soon as notification come on Makito going live, people going to watch that.
But for the music or what?
People going for the jokes.
Okay.
Well, I
That's my
talking.
point.
Sorry, I talking based
So,
on
no, I'm
what?
just going off of what you
I
were
talking
saying.
based on
and
people I
some of
spoke
it,
to.
let's be real. Some of it's group think too.
Right.
Yo,
Right.
what up, Makito fella?
Right.
right. I was just
All of a
just
sudden,
And
it's
then like
Yeah.
to screen record that
Makito, yeah.
and you get that viral clip going around.
Yeah. You know,
But can't
so
you see longevity in that? I can't.
There's no longevity.
There's no-
we need to be careful in what we say, because we had a debate in our group chat about, because we looked at the Porgy and Murder
Which is,
model.
I don't like people
We
comparing
looked at the
them.
Contour and the Pong model.
It's not.
Can't-
That's not.
can't- you can't
That is
compare.
not apples and apples.
Maybe not, but I got a question for you, Fewwture. Do you see a business opportunity in jumping onto this Makito thing? Because there's some people who see an opportunity in this thing catching on. All of a sudden, we can grab him and give him a video, and we can give him a song. We get people to rant thing. Do you see a business opportunity in something like this, like a what you call it, overnight sensation?
Right.
me personally, what I would say is that the way how I approach business is very different. I approach business with dignity. So I have to.
Wow.
I have to not saying that. I have to believe in it.
Yeah.
Dignity. It has to be. When I approach business with soul, meaning I want to believe in it. I go this got to be something that I want to represent and not just a money grab. Just because I see something as a sensation or whatever, people going behind it or whatever. For me, I see art. I work with artists differently. I don't look at them as stock or You know, it's
Exactly.
different.
Exactly.
This art form is a very different thing for me.
What's the point we were adding to that, Kofi?
I wasn't adding to it. I was just very glad he said it.
Oh yeah.
But it's something that I believe strongly in.
Listen, man.
You shouldn't just put your name on
Yeah.
everything.
If we talking about like gimmicks and thing, I think that Bajans have paved the lane for low quality music to do very well, where people can get a 1-year career off of a song that has no kind of substance or value at all. That is symptomatic of the way that we view our music in general, in my opinion.
But then,
in my opinion, because the thing is right. Is that the minute that I heard Maki Tone got his first gig, 3 days later, Ramses quit. Right? Quit.
Oh, you thought that was
Whether it's a marketing strategy or not, the man made a good point that I've been hearing him being the punching bag of music in Barbados for a very long time. I know a lot of artists that although they're not the punching bag, people do not care about their music at all. And for me, right, this is two sides of the same coin, right? The fact that we put a lot into these gimmicks that you're talking about, and whether it's the joke of the day and the trend of the day, as opposed to somebody that can represent the culture on a global stage. I know, this is why it's so hype, right? I know too many artists that went to BCC, right? Instrumentalists, producers.
You too close.
Artists.
You too close.
That is
You too close.
That is they're willing to carry the country on their back, and they get paid pennies for what they do, right? Supporting some of the biggest artists in Barbados, right? For me to think that putting money in a man's hand that is simply a gimmick of the day, it's a joke. Because the thing is, right, every dollar that goes to a gimmick is a dollar that did not go to somebody that can represent or cultivate our culture or change the sound of Barbados and take it to the next level. This is all of this is indicative.
I think
all of this is indicative.
You're on a slippery slope, though.
Marcus, you need to realize, right? As much as, alright, I don't want to be that black and white, but as much as some people might want to put a noted artist on stage and pay him his dues, is that bringing people? We already talked about the people that like this sort of nonsense. Well, I don't want to say nonsense, but music. The people that like good quality music ain't necessarily that vast. They're not necessarily going to come out to your show when you put that artist on the stage. It's the sad reality of it. The sad reality of it is you can probably get 20 more people coming from Makitone than you will get for, I don't know, Hal Linton. I don't know.
Okay, but first of all, let me not. I don't want to use Makitone for now, only because we're only using the opinions in here of what we think his music is as a gimmick.
Right.
If you just want to say just generally a gimmick, just say a gimmick, right?
A character.
A character, right? So you're saying don't put money into the character that's bring out the people as opposed to the artist.
Depends on what sort of event you're holding, obviously, but yes.
A huge part of Bajan music is comedy, right? But comedy done
right, yes.
right.
I am. That is my main beef with this current wave. We do not know the difference between Maki and Mad, and I think that is preposterous.
Right.
That is insulting to Mad.
I don't mind gimmicks as long as the gimmick has more to
Has
it.
merit.
Has merit and has more to it than just being a gimmick. The minute that a gimmick is just empty, we are throwing our money away on somebody that's here today, gone tomorrow. Porgy and Murder, there's a gimmick element to Porgy and Murder. But it's also an immensely talented thing that's backing them.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah,
Mad is talk shite, but they talk shite so well, right? That is more than just a gimmick. With Chow Mein, that song is a one-hit wonder. The man do it and left, but it is so freaking good.
Yeah.
What he and Nelson came up with that production, everything, it was so well done.
Really?
That
production was well. When I should listen to the song, the lyrics were good. That production was well. Nelson's my boy. I thought Nelson was one of us.
He doesn't like it, but
It's not.
the angle he took of using a Chinese beat. And then he made it into something. I was hearing that beat all my life.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah. And what he did with it.
Okay.
So the way he interpolated it, or whatever you call it, right? The producers in here, right? I like that. So I like how gimmicks are well done, but the minute that we start putting our money into just empty gimmicks here today, gone tomorrow, that is just a slap in the face for everybody that trying to do something.
I don't know if Marcus realized, right, but this ties into something that we spoke about talking about on the podcast. Right. Theory I have for must be 6 months now that the entertainment industry in Barbados is crashing. It will crash soon, probably by 2022, because of how we're doing things.
Explain.
Crashing?
Yes.
Okay.
There are too many.
He's like, okay.
There are too many of the same thing going on. There are too many problems that it doesn't, as I said, doesn't necessarily have one solution. We put in too much story and gimmicks. The culture the quality of the culture is now coming down. We can be left with nothing eventually because we're not putting any focus on anything that's worth a while. We can go to 12 all-inclusives, complain about being broke, and then the weekly fets can fade away. We can support 12 artists, complain, and then got the good music, and then the rest of the artists can fade away. We can be left with 12 people, 12 products. We have no industry. The industry can crash. And I feel that happening quicker than we realize.
That's an interesting concept because I actually see it. I see our industry expanding. B.
You think so?
Yeah, B.
He mentioned something earlier where he said that to look outside. So I feel like if that might not be the issue.
How do you mean to look outside?
As in, there's YouTube, there's Instagram, there's whatever else that people can market themselves on. So I feel like music and culture, that's gonna be the platform. We're moving away from that, but I feel like if we're so accustomed to like what we have here that we're not seeing that we're advancing and it's evolving. So we're not seeing that. So you might think that the industry can crash, but it might be growing in another direction.
But I don't see how
I understand your point, by the way.
I do.
Yeah.
It is
I understand for real, but
That's what I was
so-
thinking when y'all said the thing about mad. I was like, but old people, from like
You were correct.
back in the day, they must be was like, what the fuck when they was hearing mad. But like we have a love for it.
The point, I think, one of the points that you're making,
Then we'll
but
love for it
I think is that there are too many moving parts to make a determination right now.
I had
Right,
a
which is
solution for your
in the
thing earlier
environment.
too, but I forgot.
Correct.
I really need to write
I
that
just
down.
feel like I don't see
Remember,
how
Just let me say that we are not the only ones having this problem.
We being Bajans?
Is it even a problem? It's just this happens everywhere.
I think it's
Okay.
globalization.
So you think the
But
point-
I
right,
can tell you,
Cultures
was
are coming
the
together
big
every day.
difference here is that even in America, you go in the big countries and whatever, people run after these kind of gimmicks as well all the time. But the other artists that becomes a contrast to that also have support because they're on a bigger
Yep.
land mass.
Yeah.
I think that was my point.
And we do not. One of the things that we don't do here, you gotta ask yourself, like, if an artist, a gimmick artist or whatever we want to call them, had to release a project, would we invest in the project personally?
Nope.
That is,
do we invest in projects though?
we don't.
Right, period.
We don't. Period.
Yeah.
We don't.
Your
Period.
point is well-
We do not
The
buy
sample too small.
my music.
Yeah.
So
Which
why do we want to dictate what musicians and artists do then? We don't buy it. Like
We love
when
music.
call an artist that you believe in, you enjoy, you would love to keep hearing them. produce
I mean, in
music.
Barbados?
In Barbados.
I like Tef.
And that
You like
invest
Tef.
in.
Right.
Would you buy a Tef album or song on iTunes?
I have.
I can be honest. But this is the thing. I think that you know how
Yes or no?
maybe not think,
No, you too much.
hold on. Okay.
That's the point I'm
No,
trying to make.
no,
If
so you
we
get
want
me
the
for it.
people, listen. The first problem is that everybody that's sitting down and saying they don't like this, they don't like that, or they don't like what's
Pushing
going
for the
on,
money.
they're not supporting the artists that they
true.
want to see go
Exactly.
forward.
Exactly.
We need to do that. So if the committed artists getting the support and the support keeping noise, well, that's them circle. That's I happy for
Right.
them. I happy that they making
Right.
money too. You know, artists that you would like to see do more or whatever. We have the power to expose them more, and because all right, for instance, we want quality music, we want quality productions, and it's all relative. It's perception as well, because there is a crowd out there that might think Mackie Tone is doing quality stuff.
Right, there is.
You understand? And
don't
I
think so.
am
I
not.
spoke to people.
I am not in a
Yeah,
position
sure.
to say that it's wrong or it's right.
Yeah.
Because we all got different tastes and whatever.
Right.
It may not be my taste. I mean, like, at a certain event, it might be.
Yes.
You know what I mean? As I say, there's a time and place for everything. So I don't knock nothing.
Right.
Because I got a time when I want to hear one thing, and then it might be, in a certain event, I want her, Makiton come on and Tori and them look sweet, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that if you are so bothered by how one-sided it is because the other artist is not getting the support that they should be
getting. The energy you take,
because
right?
we have the power, not the promoter, I understand what you're saying, but when you look at it from the surface, yes, the promoter made certain decisions, but you gotta understand why he makes those decisions.
Right. Okay.
Right, but we are the employers of the artists.
Right.
Believe as the patrons because we pay them, and we are in an industry where artists are only paid from shows. Right. We don't go and buy music. We don't buy music.
That's all.
So that's the next.
Right,
So that's a challenge of itself. So when these artists go into studios and put all their efforts into writing or if somebody
capital,
like the studio time is like it's like $3,000 to $5,000 to produce a song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like how long it takes to even make that back, and you might not even make that back because you might be doing a show and some shows might just want to pay you next to nothing, and you don't really make back that money unless you get shows overseas.
The energy you putting into being bothered by how people making their money or who people supporting, put that into supporting the people
Right,
you vote.
because they never see
No,
Yeah.
I do.
like buying a Tef music.
But
Right.
You owe me $1. Cause I buy Runaway twice by accident.
When you walk into a room that is dark, what do you do?
Turn on the lights.
You don't complain that it's dark. You just turn on the light.
That's
bro.
such a high mass
Yo,
statement.
I don't understand what he
That
does.
was
He
so-
got me feel like if I
I
high
feel
for
you.
real.
That's the show.
I feel you.
That's the
I
whole
feel
show.
That was very
That's a pretty good
I
profound though.
feel you.
Yeah.
I
Some
feel
two
you.
ways.
But you could talk about both though. Like I could support artists and also
But are you supporting
But
artists?
I feel like
listen
Marcus,
again. Oh, but by the way, I want to make this clear. This isn't no knock on Makiton.
No.
Right? My feelings on Makiton, he's not for me. That's all. That's all.
Which is good.
But in terms of, we speaking specifically in terms of gimmicks and putting the money in gimmicks' hands over somebody else, etc.
In a way, think might be the perfect example too.
Go on.
You see, I gotta plug my boy Stiffy on this one. When he came out,
Chemistry and Tongue.
Chemistry and Tongue, and you see how he bring that out, and then how he switch and change, like that's
Right.
genius. He's a genius.
Yeah.
But
He is.
he is a genius.
I actually also like how when Parky used to do those show or whatever. Like Play was singing for years.
He
I
was.
get no forward. Parky do a
That
show,
is
bring
so-
out a song under the moniker Parky, and then bring back Lead Pipe.
But there were more than just gimmicks even
Of
then.
course.
And even
Of
then,
course.
even before they morphed, they were even.
They Stiffy as
you
well,
could even
actually.
tell, right? You could even tell that because that wasn't Stiffy's only song. You could tell that Stiffy knew what he was doing, right? So I'm saying that they got levels to this thing. There are some people that are just empty gimmicks that are trends of the day.
Are you saying?
After
But are you saying that we could have tell what he's doing now after the fact, or you could have see that?
No, I could have seen from Stiffy had the music
can
out
see it.
before
Yeah,
then.
I didn't
Stiffy
know
had
that.
music
But I only
That's-
knew
that was
Camera
big.
Machine. I only knew Camera Machine and
I ain't
Tom.
that-
Right,
Nah,
and
I
really didn't.
I just followed the
that
Bashment
song.
Soca man,
But-
because the lyrics and things.
I guess I don't know if we can probably move to another point, but
can
I
move to
can
another
just basically say, Marcus, I understand completely what you're going through. You understand?
Give him the hand. The hand of comfort.
As I say, it is just not one solution. It's
Right.
a lot of moving parts. And there's many artists out there that want to produce music that they really want to be into, but they also themselves is forced to go into an area where they can get the attention. Because you will find an artist who be doing an R&B song, great vocals, great singing. And
Marsville.
That's the name I had in mind. Marsville was he might a boss singer, but he see what the people want.
Someone Marvin too. Yeah.
And he switch it up, and again he prods for that, and he pull in an audience. So now he's in a position where now when he go on stage and he actually pull a couple notes, people like,
Them I know
But you see,
but he's actually a
but you
singer.
see how in order to be that singer back then, he had to have a certain set of skills. That even though they weren't packaged properly and people did not connect with them, that it was still there. I can tell from then. So when people started latching on to Marvin because of I think it was Naughty Face or whatever when he first.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw that from like 4 years ago, right? I'm saying there are some people, they have not proven yet that they have any promise in anything yet because they are trendy.
Right, I didn't get that.
Right,
but give the people their chance.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. I guess we can move on from here. Yeah, we can move on from here. Why do people hate Ramses?
You know what I love about that? Because it's a meme. It's not a hard question to answer, in my opinion.
It's trendy to heal.
It's a meme, B.
And it's unfortunate it's happening to him, but that's how we are. Like it is. People pick on one person, then it's a group thing again, and then so it's trendy to do this. All right, cool.
It's a meme.
I ain't like all circuits are busy now. It's my jam, big man.
That's a big.
You see his song last year? I can't get a name called, but it got Pep in the title.
I think
It was
you played
nice.
that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
you
is
did.
a nice song.
He's actually a boss writer too.
Yeah, he can do
What was his
In the
head?
meantime.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard so.
So you,
But it's a meme, Marcus. No one genuinely. I don't think people genuinely hate the man.
I have heard a lot of people that don't like somebody's music, but usually when somebody don't like somebody's music, sometimes it's just be indifferent. It's be like whatever.
Yeah.
With him, I have seen visceral hate and negativity.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know why though, for real.
Why? I don't.
it's
Because
a
if I
meme.
don't
It's
like something, I can
It's
just not like
it's
it
cool
and
to
go about
like.
my business.
That's
But
all it
people
is, it's
just
not.
invest in saying that they don't like
Because
it.
it's a
blast
meme.
it all over the place.
If 100
like-
people get together and say that they don't like this, it can just spread like a
Yeah,
virus.
that's true. That's true.
And
But
some people,
that's
and you
not
ask the
that
person
voice
why you don't like it, they might not even be able to tell
That's
you
true.
why.
You call it hype mentality, right?
Yep.
That's
I
exactly
said
what
I
it
said
is.
mob mentality.
Mob?
Yeah, same thing. Mob.
So how do we get rid of the whole virus
don't.
thing?
But you don't.
don't.
You don't.
It's
You
don't know- you don't know what I love
Marcus,
about
you
it.
can't change how people act.
There are some artists that have been
Chicago.
truly putting out for the last 10 years.
Name one.
I can name 3 easily.
Name 3.
Well,
Wait, Marcus, you just get your heart broken a lot.
I got my. That's.
you answered this question of me?
Recently though.
Huh?
I've already asked you a question.
I'm
Recently.
surprised. Yeah.
I got
Tell
my
us,
heart
though.
broken 2 weeks ago. Anyway, go.
I could tell.
Seriously?
You're right.
Wait. Tell me.
Because you got a lot to learn, bro.
Oh.
Huh?
Hold on. Tell me what.
No, that's the O.
No, because I could see where you are, and I see your perspective, and I could see that you're really hurt by the industry and what's going on and what people like and people don't like and you hate. And I understand all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you gotta get to a point where you just gotta accept and understand.
No.
Because
No,
Marcus,
hold on.
I like that.
Marcus is not telling you the truth.
No. I think human behavior could change. I am optimistic that
Not
our
me.
culture can change for the
No.
better, and I do not think that we
I
should
identify.
settle. I do not think we should settle for the fact that we have this virus and this pernicious view that we have this.
Marcus,
we invest in
The
things.
only person that you can fix right now is the man in the mirror.
You.
Exactly.
It got to start with you.
And if you
Bite
and
your apple when you get home.
if you can sit on here,
Martin Luther King was one man.
but no,
I don't wanna do
listen.
that.
If you can tell me that you don't like this person music, that person music, and whatever the case be, what are you doing for the artists that you do like?
No, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
No, that is the point. That is the point.
That is not the only
The point.
That is not the only point.
No,
Marcus, that is the point.
That is not the only point. That is not the only
Look,
point.
That is the way to that is how you battle it. That's the method you
Which I do.
use. You support what you like.
Wait. Hold on. By the way,
That's above me.
I support other ways. By the way,
Like what? Do not tweet about a man. No, Marcus.
Right?
no. I go to events that
I
people
love
don't like.
it. What events where when?
I went to Island Levy event last week.
Marcus started getting out 2 months ago. 2 months ago last month.
Literally.
That's not true.
In 2019.
No, wait, hold on.
You helped me
Fisher
out.
Ice Hole
Take it
events,
easy,
right?
take it
Marcus
easy,
went to
wait.
one.
Wait,
That's last month.
That's your
That's
rate,
last
man.
month.
Sure.
One.
I know this.
Marcus, you know, start doing things.
What events? What events you
That
doing?
is not-
One late, Valhalla.
Okay.
That is not necessarily true.
That Mark. I
Valhalla
never
is
see
you?
Marcus at one.
Me,
That is not
Karen,
necessarily
Sims, Quincy, and
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
When is good at Mahalia's Corner?
Yes.
I've been to a couple.
You
No,
go.
because most of the time.
So if I go, will you see me? But that's the events you're talking about. So you
Okay.
want to be able to know. So people want to just judge them based off of things. I talk about in terms of certain things. If an artist holds an event, a lot of the times I go. A lot of times I bring on people. Before Island Levy was really, really big, I had Island Levy on the radio show that
Apple,
I bring as a platform.
Wait, is that
I had
going
on,
on?
yeah, well, no, but well, we working on saying, right. But I mean, I had on
Well,
Chris,
no,
I had
yes,
on Chris
maybe.
Rose before he got his song that was number one on the number one album on Billboard, right? So I mean, these are artists that so yeah, not that necessarily true. I am, but what is true?
Defend yourself, brother.
I say that, but what the point you do make is that I do not
burning.
I do not buy. I do not necessarily buy as much music as I should. Right? I don't.
Okay.
Well,
Right?
there's not
I don't.
even a
And it's not-
platform
right.
for it to happen. That's because
I was
there's not
wondering
enough.
where-
There's not enough demand
Right.
for it. You know, if we set it up, will people actually do it?
My-
No, my whole thing is that the industry. Somebody I can't remember who it is that said it. That said that they see it crashing or whatever.
That was me.
He did.
I won't say it crashing, but what I will say is that if something is not done soon, the music may not get any better or it may not evolve, and that's mainly because enough money is not going into the artistry itself, and everybody else is making money from them.
Yeah.
For instance, let me talk about carnivals, and we talk about crop over. Who really make money from these things is what drink companies.
That is
I
Very
could give you the facts because they have worked in this industry. I wear most of the hats.
Right.
I've been a band owner. I'm a manager. I produce. I DJ. I manage DJs. I wear many hats. I see it from all different sides, and I'm a promoter, so I can see where the money going and where it's not going. And right now is unfair. Right now it's too unfair. It's not even to a point where, man, they could get away with it, but it's not fair right now. And that goes back to another point for you where you don't really like where the music going now. Not that it's going no. Not that it's going no, but I mean like you don't like the fact that the comedy songs get more push than what you consider quality songs or I don't know. I think
But I understand.
It's all perspective. Everything right.
Make the point right.
right? Again, so I think that all it's saying is that we have to find a way to funnel the money and let it go into where it deserves to go.
I think.
And the art, it starts, listen, carnivals and Corpova, whatever the case would be, start with the creatives. And the creatives is get the bottom end all the time.
But I feel like
promoters
the
just
reason why-
walk out with more money than the artist and the writer that write the song.
Right.
It starts with the writer, and then it goes to the producer, then it's the artist, and then it's the engineer. And like them at the bottom
Yeah.
when it comes to the pill.
Right, I wanted to mention that a reason why I feel like the music don't sell in, well, I can only speak about Barbados and not about other Caribbean countries, but we turn a ridiculous blind eye to piracy. I mean like even
Because
I know
that's culture now too.
Piracy?
I mean like it's part like almost part of the culture.
I know DJs like
It's-
big 2019 that just play YouTube rips of soca songs.
Disagreeing. I am.
I'm not saying it right. I'm not saying it's the right thing. I'm just saying that it became so what's the
And
word
then like when you could go to
desensitized.
the Vans man and get 4 CDs of music for $20, like why would the average consumer support an artist? The music is plentiful and there.
But this shift is a global shift, though. So this is
Yeah,
not
yeah. It's not a Barbados
specific to
thing, right,
Barbados.
right,
This is a
right.
global phenomenon, right?
But then I go some places, I travel different parts of the world, and I see people that believe in the artist so much that
Cult followings.
they will buy the music. Even if they have it home free, they will still support.
Yeah.
They will
And that's
still
a
buy
true fact.
merch. They will still do this and that.
So you would have said it's a cultural norm to not really purchase music.
Here.
Yes,
Music.
yes.
The same way that streaming music isn't
Yeah, I
really a
have
big
my
thing.
Future, you had seen that Ryan Leslie documentary?
I see a lot, but which one?
No, he was talking about changing your business model as an artist, right?
Right.
And he was saying that the way to do it now is not, well, I guess it's not casting a wide net, because artists think they need to cast a wide net and see who will fall into that net. But find your people.
I said that
Fire
earlier.
people.
I was like, just keep doing what you're doing.
Mailing lists, right?
Yeah.
People who really rap for you, secure them, expand that group.
But you gotta surround yourself with a bigger landmass.
No, it comes to
you have to
bigger landmass, okay.
you have
Yeah.
to dive into a bigger pond basically.
Right, but there are your people. There are your people that exist, right? Further afield, but there are your people that exist, and you keep marketing to them people, because them people are gonna buy your CD.
You ever heard that it only take like 100 core fans to support you, like for life?
I ain't sure if I
Hear somebody say so. Yeah.
It depends on your lifestyle.
Yeah, 100 people. like a mailing list and all that. If you have 100 core fans all the time to support you, you'll be good.
Yeah.
Well, so let's see 100 people
So,
that's watching.
no, because
100?
you gotta think about it. You gotta think about it is that these people give it their life for 100 people, so that's like having 100 employers. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same concept.
Great. Okay.
I like his thinking though.
I want to get back to what you said about me being hurt though. Cause no. This is a good. I like this.
No,
like
he
this.
hurt for
right?
real though.
You
He
you
wants
said
up,
that
but he hurt.
you said that I hurt, and based on that, you can tell that I just get my heart broke, right? First of all, I do get my heart broken.
Either that or you just get tricked enough.
I just get tricked off. I do. So here's my question, because this is now a philosophy issue, right? My philosophy on people is to see the best in them, and don't judge them based on what they are, but based on how I can probably help them be what they can be.
Yeah.
Should I abandon that? Is my question to you. Should I abandon the question?
No. Don't abandon it.
But
Be
you
more
gotta
cautious.
make it
But
cool,
what you
though.
should do is pick and choose.
Right,
But you
yeah,
have to
otherwise-
understand what you're offering is valuable. So you have to believe in what you are giving out and the energy and protect your energy. And you just can't just give it to any and everybody.
Exactly.
These whores ain't worth you, King.
Because it got sometimes right that you might be trying to get through to a person and it's just like taking a pin and trying to jerk it through a wall. It just
I
don't
feel
go
like that's
anywhere.
Marcus, though. He's
You know what I
trying to
mean?
get
You
to
have to go to who will accept that. It's like your vibe attract your tribe.
Jeez.
You just can't go in.
You know about that?
Nah, that's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
I was like, yo.
Where's the buck, man?
Go, you
But
guys.
it's very
You know,
It's your guarantee
I better
wall.
I done this after.
Nah, but the book coming soon.
You might be trying to try, right?
Yeah, and because I had to learn that too. Because I was naive and I ran around positive vibes, giving to everybody, blah blah blah. But then what happened is that they're
losing
taking
something.
your energy
That's
too,
true.
and they ain't
That's
giving
so
you
true.
back anything either.
So true.
So you're becoming depleted. So would you pour from an empty cup?
Oh my god, look, I can't open
Teacher,
it.
let me tell you something, right?
You can't pour
You
from an
gotta
empty
stop
cup.
No.
You
So
should
what
be
I'm trying to
advised,
do, you don't
Like,
have
he's preaching.
to change what you're doing.
Gems.
You just have to change who you're doing it for.
Dang. Write
But
that down, Marcus.
it's really hurt or like finding out who ain't boat you'll be.
That's
That's a
part.
process.
That's part of the process.
That is
But
It is.
still,
It
the
is.
end result is
The end
always-
result, yeah,
is
for real,
always
but
amazing.
that is hurt, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But again, again though, another thing you have to ask yourself is sorry not to cut.
No,
you,
he's just checking Marcus.
right?
Marcus stuff on the vibe and tribe.
Marcus,
We
any
got
feelings?
we gotta keep it real with yourself, especially as men.
Mm.
Not alienating or
That's okay.
discounting
I'm a man too.
women, but as men, we gotta keep it real with ourselves and make sure that what we are putting out or doing for a person is not for our own ego. Because sometimes that's what we do.
I can't do a meal.
Sometimes example, we might start going out with a girl and we want to buy she nicest things, you want to catch the nicest restaurant, whatever. You're going to ask yourself, are you really doing it for her? Or are you doing it because you want to position yourself and is your ego that feeding off of what you're doing for her?
Oh yeah, okay. But
You
I
understand
do
what
it for
I'm
her
saying?
though, because I'm the cheap man. But yeah. No, I get you.
Right,
Okay.
so that's another point.
I take everything you're saying in consideration. That's something that I struggle with too. I struggle with the fact that, like, for example, the same names that I call, whether it's Chris Ayri, whether it's Sam Chian, whether it's Island Levy, and the reason why a lot of those people that I asked to come on Pulse and I brought them on Pulse is that I get so frustrated with the fact that, like, these people that don't do soca, like, you can tell, like, off the jump that they have what it takes and they can represent Barbados as long as they get propped up by their home people, right? And the fact that they just don't get the recognition, I just say that maybe somebody could come along and change that. And I struggle with the fact that I would like to change that as opposed to just saying there is no hope for you. Leave Barbados and don't come back and make your ways elsewhere. I would like to be able to say maybe we can improve on our culture and make them like more things.
This is also what we could do too, right? Is that just like a business, we gotta understand that this of itself is a business. The artistry is a business, right? And the same way how we would come in to look at a corporate company or the potential of a business, you should be able to look at our art form and say, all right, cool, let me invest into it. Because that's the problem. We ain't going to support. We're doing everything, everybody doing everything on their own.
Do you think the government is that way?
They're about to. I think they're trying.
Yeah.
I think they're trying.
You mean the duty-free thing?
That's one aspect, but there are many things. But everything can't just happen overnight.
But
you
see it happening.
But it's not. But the thing is that it just can't be the government either. We gotta stop putting everything on the government because it's like we live in a land that is like free this and free that and free that. We can't expect like them to do everything, right? So, and this is not me backing government at just being real, right?
But my question is, how do you do that with the people though? If the people are so one track minded.
But for instance, we got crop over. Sorry, I don't keep that to you in the corner. Look, there's got thousands of people coming on here around crop over time. You can see clearly that people are enjoying the product. They're coming back. We have something special, but we just are not getting the people, a set of people that have the capital to say, well, look, hold this and have faith in it and watch it flourish. It's like the artists gotta do everything on their own, and that's what you're going through right now is the result of that, basically.
So what,
lack of support.
Right. So what can we do differently as make your point, Mozzie.
Yeah. Just piggyback on what Fewwture saying. What you're doing is exactly it.
What?
Having a platform, having a space, and shout out to Zen too, the DJ, for doing that. It's little steps like that. That you need, right? But I want to tell you that with the non-Soca artists and whatnot, they gotta figure it out. I love it lies with them to figure it out, right? The same way that the soca artists were able to do it and other people were able to, reggae artists or to a lesser degree,
bugging them, right?
Yeah, they gotta figure it out.
Okay.
To some degree, it is it's a collective battle as a people, but it lies squarely at the artist's feet.
Let me ask you this: Do you think that with this case that it varies from person to person? It's a case by case thing, as opposed to just a general rule that
everything's a case
one
by
thing
case
got
thing.
change?
No, everything's a case by case thing, but the efforts that you're starting to think, like having people on the podcast, it's 3 views with 3 views that might be impactful. You don't know who's watching. That Fewwture was. I don't know if Fewwture's watched this. I actually feel Fewwture's watching this.
Right.
It's things like this.
Yeah.
That start to shift. It's like, kind of navigating a ship, right, with a little rudder, and you make small corrections, and then all of a sudden the direction starts to change. The degree starts to change. The trajectory starts to change, right? So I mean, you can opine about this and that, and which is fine. And your what you think is coming from a righteous place of outrage. Is understandable, but in the end, the realities are what they are, and doing the little things like having people on Pulse, having the podcast, having this discussion here right now is what we need to do. You can't change the masses overnight.
I feel you.
Where I am right now, I believe that the non-soca artists, if they're really, 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 really serious about this, they may have to just move. It's as simple as that. Because would you sell winter coats in Barbados?
Jesus Christ, that is such a good point. That's such a damn good point.
You know what I mean? Like it
That
just
is such
it
a
is what it
valid point.
is. It's like you gotta go wherever the market. If you're supplying a product, you gotta go where it can
That's a good
sell.
point. That's a good point.
So if you, as I say, you want to be a movie star, you want to be an actor, you gotta move. You gotta go Hollywood. You gotta go where you're at because you got people that live in Canada and people that live in parts of Europe that they leave with $7 in their pocket and they go over to LA
Yeah.
to pursue their dream. It's just that's just what it is. You just gotta go where the market is.
I didn't get that. On the flip side of that, what like in terms of Barbados, like what is here for Barbados? What would be left for Barbados?
Soca.
Well, that's we consuming.
See, this is
That's
partially
the masses.
this is
So you want
partially
us to develop
this is
a
this is
market.
partially my problem, right? Okay, if I look at the theater industry, because I came from theater, right? The best thing for actors to do is to leave Barbados.
Yeah.
Right. So back to my thing about on the individual level, that is a great idea. On the collective level, how does that help develop?
You're thinking like
Bajans?
brain drain or something, so no?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah. What is left for Barbados, and how do we cultivate our culture to change it? Do we just leave that and abandon it and say that it should not be changed? And do
I
we
feel
do you
like-
use that view that just let all the individuals that want to do something for themselves think about
I
themselves
think
first?
it's
No,
the
right, yes,
consequences
you have
of
to-
being small. And it's just everywhere you go, there's going to be an up and a down. You
'Cause-
understand? And there are places where like what works for Barbados compared to other places that one, we're safe. We got good weather. We got the beaches. We got this and that, whatever, etc. But on the flip side, there's a lack of opportunities. I'm not saying that we should not fight and try to create more opportunities. Of course we should, but you can't kill yourself doing it. Sometimes it takes people to leave home
Right.
and then maybe come back and share the information. That's
That's what I
how
was thinking too.
kingdoms and towns and back in the day would start to develop.
Man,
Because
but that model hasn't been working though.
You don't know that.
You
Has
don't know
anybody
that.
really
You
done
don't
that?
I get you, man, Marcus.
dog.
it just takes
Of
time.
course.
I
It
get
takes
Marcus,
time.
man.
It's not
I
going to
understand
happen in
that.
a year. It's not going to happen in 2 years.
But
It takes
it's not gonna
And
time.
then there's so
Happen in
many
here,
people fighting here. Like, go develop it over there.
But
Not
there's
saying
there-
that
I could
People
call
fighting
names, be
there.
like, but
No,
it's,
I mean, like, just go do that. Imagine Rihanna opening
Alright.
a school for artists.
But then you gotta
here.
pay for that though. That's Fantine.
Granted.
You gotta pay for that.
Granted.
So when you go overseas
people
now
are
and you
gonna
get all
come
this
here.
knowledge, you get all this expertise,
gonna pay for
and you
say
come back, how you can get your money's worth? Cause nobody down here can afford that.
True.
We got
But
entitlement
you know,
culture too. I
That's
just
what
dropped
we're
that and
thinking,
moved
but
on.
it might be important. So I missed that most.
No, we have an entitlement culture too that is playing into this debate. It too.
totally,
Elaborate.
No, no, we going off time.
A little summary.
No,
You feel like
no.
you feel that we deserve work. You feel that because we tell you we deserve work.
bro. We lit,
It take
B.
Gabby going to sleep.
No.
Nah,
you
gotta be
lit.
good, gotta be good. We lit, B. Talk.
You feel
talk.
that because you know a lot of DJs especially that feel like because they got X
I
amount of
got
talent.
more in there. Sorry.
Nah.
It done already?
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Marcus,
I sorry.
no,
Drinks,
boy.
drinks gone.
That me, that ain't.
That's you,
That's
buddy.
why I tell you we got
Start
crack
early.
bottle.
Breeze B.
Funny. But I know a lot of the men that there's got this mentality that them feel like them do mass com and them is DJ, then should get ready to job tomorrow.
The elephant in the room is that we have an intelligent culture in Barbados too, and that's
Yeah.
that factors in to some degree. To get into all the different nuances of that and the intricacies,
Okay, it's a lot.
it's too much.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well.
But I want to ask you this though, Fewwture. If you were offered a job to fix the system here in terms of the cultural industries, let's suppose the minister was to offer you a job, do you see yourself as, would you take it?
It depends on the circumstances. I will probably have to, because I can't do it alone.
No, I don't think that's what you
No, I
mean.
don't
Head like
ask
a
you that.
department or
But
something.
do you see
No, but-
yourself as having a okay, let me phrase the question. Do you see yourself as having a responsibility in advancing the art scene in Barbados? Or are you a single businessman?
Again, I think it depends on team.
Mm.
It depends on the team. So if I was approached, I will have to see who was on the team, and I will have to understand mindset and the goals and etc. And if everything align, then yes.
Mm-hmm.
But in most cases, sometimes it doesn't because we all see things differently. But I don't want to complicate the answer. I just say but it's a complicated question.
Right. Because I asked this because I was in a meeting with a prominent grocer in Barbados, right? I ain't don't get no
Drop names, man.
That was good wording.
funny. But early in my career, I was interested in getting some sort of funding, some sort of sponsorship from this particular grocer. And we share commonality in terms of alma mater, but that's beside the point. But we got into a conversation about Rihanna, right? And I like Marcus come with this altruistic approach. Oh yes, we should borrow from the Rihanna model, and there can be several of us, and if we just do this and just invest in this, and Rihanna could give back, and he told me this story, and it cut me big, really. You might say, listen, Rihanna don't owe we not one thing.
Which is true.
It is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
She does not owe us anything.
Yeah.
Why are we looking to this as this handout mentality that she needs to this? She don't owe us anything. We did absolutely nothing for her. Her career is along with her team.
But by default,
It's simply her
it's still
victory.
It's still helping Barbados a lot.
It is,
No,
but
it
that
is.
but that
I
is
understand what you're saying.
but that's indirect.
Right.
But she doesn't. Which is, as you
So
said,
what I'm
which is
asking
fine.
is,
It don't always
should
have to
we
be
approach
direct.
this as trying to save the country, or should we just be an individual success and the country benefits? But
that they
What-
trickling.
what-
Yeah.
Like Bob Marley and Jamaica to be
What
honest.
I
because
would
they're trying
say,
to carry a country, is it possible that you lose sight of the vision and it becomes too much about trying to carry a country as opposed to being an individual success and representing your country after being an individual
I
success?
feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. My issue is using that equation. I can't see any other logical conclusion than it's just a matter of time before the culture falls to oblivion. If we're only held up by indirect benefits, and we don't do anything to cultivate the culture down here.
I disagree.
but there's a way to fix
Aspirational.
that. There's a way to fix that. All that have to happen here is that we just have to develop a label, and under that label, we sign artists, and on these contracts, they're obligated to do X, Y, Z. Obviously, that will
Bro,
help.
that's a contradiction what you said originally, though. You know
What do
that,
you
though. Because originally you said left boat. If you're the artist, left boat here, which is like cool, but that's
But you still gotta leave. What I'm trying to say is that if the government or whoever or there's or three businessmen come together and form a label to say, well, this is the objectives, whatever the case would be, and you still gotta send the artist out that way. That's you don't help Barbados by being in Barbados. You help Barbados by leaving.
so you say it'll be
Like Puffy couldn't do what he did if he stayed here.
Agreed.
Like
They're just being fun now.
but it'll be
which is not by the way.
Here's my question: Why does Puffy keep playing here though? Why does he still play in Barbados? Why does he bother?
I mean,
Because he doesn't have to, correct?
it doesn't have to, but I mean, we have relationships here, and I think that we still want to be home. I mean, like at the end of the day, like we travel the world and we get to see different places and so on. But there's something different when you could come and still play for your home crowd.
I like that, and I agree with that. But
I feel like that's normal though. Like if you look at any Jamaican artist, they think like they go on tour Europe and don't come back.
Must come my yard.
It's not even like money is mostly like you just like to connect with the people again
Right.
or whatever.
But that's your home, like about your.
You know.
I feel it's inspirational as well.
What's inspirational?
Like coming back home, you got like different.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah.
but again, Puffy doesn't owe us anything though. You don't think Puffy owes us anything? You don't think that
Nobody owes anybody anything.
Okay.
True.
If you really want to get
Not
deep.
explanation.
Nah, that's so it is. But I'm just basically saying that there's a way to just say, all right, let me just form a label, because the same thing that Carl and the other guy did with
Sturkin.
Rihanna,
Sturkin.
right?
Evan Rogers.
Evan Rogers
Right.
or whatever. You know, there's an entity we could have created and we could have done the same thing and go and have a meeting with Jay-Z the same way, you know. But we have to invest into the artist. We have to put money into art. It's just like if you investing like into a business per se. You have to look at this person and see if there's potential. All right, cool. Let me try, and then obviously, you know, you create certain things in the contract, whereas, you know, just like how any label works, you know.
But that's a contract you were saying. Say if the government said, look, we will support you, but Puffy got to play X amount of shows here, that's something that you would...
Labels do that. Labels do worse things.
Would you sign that?
Would you sign that?
You being you.
As a businessman?
Yeah.
What was it?
Even if you're not obligated to, would you still sign it?
Me personally, no. Because I know what I'm capable of doing when I leave and what I can do on my own terms.
Restrictive?
But, however, if you are an artist and you claim that you're a starving artist and whatever the case would be, and why can't you just use that as a platform or a springboard, and then you grow from there? Because you're not going to be in contract forever or whatever the case would be. But it's still better than just
having nothing,
singing your song on the block and
suppose
just people there hearing it.
Require you to do cultural songs or
that's interesting.
Because that's a thing. We know this is a thing.
But why should it be? Because the whole point is to get out and to help promote the country, but not the culture per se. There's a difference.
If we got a flawed model.
Wait, well,
because speaking about that. Wait, still be saying.
To add to your point, I know a promoter that wanted Chian to perform somewhere, but he said all the artists have to do covers of island music.
Oh, I know that very well.
So I just saying that is a thing. Yeah.
It is a thing.
It is a thing.
Yeah.
So
as I said, I mean, obviously my idea just speaking off the top of my head, it needs fine tuning and combing through whatever. Right. But I'm just saying it's one or the other. You either gotta just get out and leave, and I'm not saying like to you gotta leave forever, but it's like you gotta go there and you gotta go where the demand is.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think about Mike? About you were making a point just now, Mosey?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. What do you think about my idea that artists, promoters, DJs all have a responsibility to uphold a certain standard and precedent in the culture? What do you think about that? Do you think that's true?
In the culture or in the country?
In our culture, in the country.
List them again.
The promoters, the artists, the DJs.
Right.
Do you think that we have a responsibility to uphold a certain standard and precedent in the culture?
Yes, I believe that for the sake of looking at the bigger picture, and the only way that I can keep growing is once you evolve and everybody plays a part in that.
Right. Okay. Let's check.
Yeah.
Okay. What? We good?
Yeah, he was coming up with another rant.
This is a lot of soaking. This is a lot of soaking.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Good so far.
Okay, I want to go back to you though. So we done with the general topics. We got anything else to talk about in terms of our?
I've got some other questions.
Oh yeah, go on.
I can ask questions.
You questions about the culture or questions?
No, future.
Oh yeah, let's get into that. Let me start with me then.
All right.
You have your hands on so many things. There's something that a lot of entrepreneurs have struggled with, and they say that they struggle with the fact that they say that they need an assistant.
Right.
Mm-hmm. How do you manage the amount of things that you have your hands on, and how many hats you wear? How do you manage that?
Assistants.
Before you had assistants, what did you do?
Stress.
It was a lot of sacrifice. It was work 24/7, meaning that I never turned off. So the schedule was, I never got to do anything else but work. In order to maintain that. And I just had to keep telling myself that it will not be forever, but it's just till I'm able to hire help.
So you work hard enough to deserve an assistant, to earn an assistant, to then work harder than that, basically. So you work hard, get an assistant, then work harder.
That's business though.
Yeah, because
okay.
That's how you grow. You gotta build, and the team that you build around you are basically the steps. and and the walls that you build around to on the foundation.
I find a lot of people struggle with that, man. A lot of people struggle with the fact that they have to do so many things as an entrepreneur, which is normal, but just they don't know how to manage all of it.
Yeah, I will
Drag
say,
my
Huh?
Drag my name.
I will say that I been blessed in a way where I had people around me that kind of have believed in what I wanted to do. Cause that is important. Team is
support
everything,
system.
and they can't sit down here and take credit for everything that I have achieved. Like for instance, there's this girl, lady, I should say, Rashana Harton, who she was working with me from 2010, I think, and she helped me a great deal, a lot. And because I am the most organized person, because I'm also I come from a creative background, so my thoughts just be scattered all over the place. And what she did is she would like take all of my ideas and everything that I was thinking, and she would like put them in a structure thing and give me a schedule and tell me to work this, work on that, work on that. And she was on payroll. And what I trying to say, I maybe couldn't even afford it, but we have to think about what is important to us, and don't be afraid to spend the last cent that would help you to get where you need to go. So I had staff. It doesn't mean that I was making a lot of money. It means that when Friday or the end of the month came, everybody was happy and they was getting one bread. But I had to look at the bigger picture. And I had to find things to make myself feel okay about not being able to write a check to myself, but everybody got Christmas checks and bonus and things, and I already got name.
Let me make sure that guy be listening, boy. She want money. Right.
Again, you gotta believe in what you're doing, and the way how I had faced it again, I felt good being able that I was able to, because a real entrepreneur doesn't just hustle. It's not about them, It's about opportunities that they could provide for other people on both ends. The people that are buying the product or are taking the services, or the people that are helping them along the way on the jobs that they're giving them. So when I look at it, okay, I have this payroll. I just changed these people's lives in a sense. That was my pay. That's how I look at it. I wasn't literally getting money or whatever, but I look at it as, I got like these 5, 6, 7 people, and they're now able to either feed their family, pay a bill, pay a rent, pay for their car, pay for food because of an idea that I created. That was my drive.
But your cup empty.
My cup was empty financially.
Right.
But you felt fulfilled knowing you could do all of this.
Yes. But I know that eventually that there will be a return, and sometimes it takes longer than expected, but I mean, it all comes down to if you love doing it. And that's why we tell people, don't pick up anything that don't just go off your money, because your heart can be broken, you can be bright, you can be in a worse position than you started.
So basically a lot of faith.
A lot of faith, and it gotta be a little bit crazy.
Speaking of faith,
yes.
Nice.
see this segue?
I saw that coming.
I don't listen, but my segues aren't bad.
I saw that coming.
How is that going?
That's going good, man. She signed on to me 3 years ago, and there have been a lot of growth since then. And I mean, Faith is growing in every way as a person, as an artist, and she may not be going in the direction that everyone else may be going, and that's the plan. The plan is to really grow in an unorthodox way, because the dream is much bigger than what you're seeing right now.
It is a bit unorthodox, because I was wondering why you decided to put out a whole album kind of outside of the season, prior to the season, that she put out all of her music.
A body of work.
I didn't understand. Why did you decide to do that?
that's a symbol for a lot of things. First of all, the album consists of songs that are not just soca oriented. So you got like different influences from different types of music, which is showing a different side of faith, right? And we can't put out an album in the crop over period because
Buried.
yeah, I mean, and that's another topic I could touch on too. The way how I think music is released is bad. It is the worst because we got an industry where you got 300 songs put out and we supposed to consume all these songs
Amen.
in 3 months. That is insane.
So how should it be instead?
You got other messages
First
there,
of all, how do we listen to music? You just can't hear a song once and say that that's your jam. I mean, yes, you can go some of them, but I mean, like, for instance, like, they got like Pike got a song called Sometimes.
Right. This is one of my favorite songs for the year, but
Yeah,
right,
that
so far.
tune, but I still on that.
Big.
Obviously I'm on fave songs. I'm on that, and then a couple more, and I can't consume anything else because it's like I feel like you're cramming. I want to spend time with these songs. Like when an album come out or whatever, like just think about it. When a Jay-Z drop or when a Drake drop or whenever, you just spend time with that. You just break it down and you just enjoy it. But the way how we releasing music right now, you just cramming everything in that space, that little small window, there's no way that is working.
But I'm gonna go back to what you said, right? Because you said
Release music all year. That's what I would say.
release music all year, but our music is the music of our culture, and our culture is seasonal, right?
It should not be. We should pass that.
That's
okay, old thinking.
Okay, there's a crop over season. So would I sell winter coats outside of winter season?
Okay, but you gotta be practical. The winter coats itself will be a demand only when it's cold. First of all, we don't ever be cold here, so that rules out the winter coats.
Right. I'm just saying, right.
But I understand. But what I'm saying to you that we can't put that based on the actual. If we into soca, we into soca, bro. We can't be just into one. We can't be into one dimension of music,
but that's what
and then put it into one section of the year.
You know, coming up to August, people just be like, I can't wait for crop over the dance so I can listen.
But that's because we put it all in that one period.
Right.
Yeah, you would get tired of like if somebody take something like name something that you like right now. You like bad.
Your favorite food?
I mean, like rap or like something.
Food. It could be anything.
I like pie. Okay.
What kind of gem?
Let me say it.
Anyway.
Right now you laughing. You can't laugh in here. And we feed you pie every day for the next 30 days. How you think you can feel about pie after that?
Exactly.
And it's not that it's bad, you know. It's not that it's bad. It's not that we music might be. It's not like the music is not sustainable or it's not bad or whatever. People can't hold on to it, but it's just that with any human being, you feed them that.
Right, but
Fatigue,
if our culture is seasonal, right? Like, okay, for example,
what should be seasonal though? We gotta get past it. The Kaduma Day, fine. The costume times and whatever, yes, that is seasonal. But music is bigger than that.
That's
But
we cannot base. We can't be, the music that come out should not be relying on.
But going by what everybody in here
just
said,
that.
Bajans are stuck in their ways. How do we change Bajans to now want new music all done in September, October?
Actually, all right, I think that's different because I feel like if you Pete Back is a good example. I always get the dates wrong, but Pete Back was a real late release whenever it come out, and Pete Back mash up.
And Sugar Lump too, yeah.
Sugar Lump, no, Pete Back was late, like stupid late.
Right.
Like, Sugar Lump was also very late. But I mean late, like probably September.
Right.
Right, so it's like that just if you release
September?
Pete Back was very late.
Okay.
Very, very late.
Okay.
I'm just saying if you release a song, I get your point for sure. But if you release a song in December and it slaps, people can listen to it. But also since December is kind of when carnival music is be fully pumping.
Okay, so
there's nothing wrong with that.
Honestly, I only like the music after the festival though.
Let me go back because it takes time for you
to
to
soak in it.
soak in. That's how we listen to music.
So do you think so? do you think the culture is ready for people to release music and we accept it the same way as we would in the season?
I think it's
Oh,
right.
sorry,
I think that the music, soca, I think is ready, yes. Because again, we listen to soca all year, whether you believe it or not. It's just that we listen to them from different islands.
I was about to say,
Right.
because it's not only us, because right after ours is some of the
You got
Carnival,
Notting
and then
Hill,
another
and then you
Carnival.
got, you
You want
know,
to
you
count
got
You got
Miami.
people
you got-
market to those other things
and
too.
then Trinidad right around after that, and then
There's got a whole
So if
circuit,
you look
a
at
whole
it as like
circuit
a
year
regional
round.
culture instead of just like a Bajan culture, then there'll be a place to the music.
I
And
think
music
that
has a longer shelf life too, because let me talk about cruise culture.
Right.
That's
yeah, we just
perennial.
talked about that today.
Right.
That's perennial. So
let me tell
music
you,
playing all
let
through.
me explain to you what is, again, I probably explain a lot of things that been happening.
Right. Explain.
Oh, I can see, like,
There's a lot of fast food music.
You telling me?
I feel the way
Right. It all connected because it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, and the fact that we have to consume all this music that we take, and we consume it into 3 months. The songs that is going to touch you in that little space of time is the commercial type stuff.
that's true.
It's just like it's like going through the drive-through. Give me saying that quick, cause you hungry now, bam.
Right.
You know, because it tastes good now and whatever. But there's certain songs that sometimes that are really nice songs that take time to connect. Because you gotta listen to it and really get into the lyrics and get into this and that. The other songs is just like, you know what I mean? As a quick fix.
Right.
And that have it placed too. Because obviously I like that kind of music. I like all kinds of music, so I wouldn't still not that. But I'm saying that because of the intensity that we have to listen to the music and the short space of time, that it seems like we only really appreciating the fast food stuff.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So going by what you're saying, if somebody had to release a really good song in October, do you think that would have the longevity to continue getting play in crop over season the next year, and then would it get the same amount of play as if it was released during crop over season, how it's usually released? Do you think that would happen?
I do not have the answer for that. But what I will say, because again, there's a lot of things that happen that we can't even explain, you know. But what I will say is that I believe that it has to be a movement. It can't be just be one artist.
Does it have to last or crop over? If I bring out a song in October, I can bring out a song in June. I can bring out a song in May.
That's
You will
true.
still book me for the shows. But I still got a bigger
Right,
catalog
that-
of music. I can still sing a song from
That's
October
true.
because it was a vibe.
Okay. How many shows like would there be in say like October, November?
Basic always got shows.
No, there are always shows, but I mean,
I don't understand your answer.
there are always shows, but I mean,
Soca shows?
is it to the amount that you will be seeing a significant return as opposed to if you did it
But-
in the crop over
You
season?
can't keep thinking.
Soca artists don't only get booked for soca shows. If you have a product, if you have a song and it's good enough, you can get booked because it's gonna be in demand. People gonna want to hear from you.
I just saying.
That's like a chicken and egg situation. I think that if more music was coming out all year, then maybe a demand would be there, and then
for
the
more
shows.
Right.
more shows will create. Okay, yeah, because I just thinking like even not only soca, but they got some pop songs or whatever where artists wait until it is summer, right?
That's a weather thing though.
That is a weather thing. Yeah, I'm saying.
Right.
All right. So is it so?
It is
Always
true.
something
Yeah.
there.
I don't think
That's when you could drop the top and and the women
Yeah,
could wear
exactly.
sundresses and all
that
kind
is
of thing.
restricted to only
Sundress season.
exactly.
Sorry.
Do you think that is only restricted to the music over there though? Because here though, do you think? Okay, here's a question. Do you think something like bashment soca or the other subgenres in soca? Do you think there are seasons for them? Like there are weathers for them? There
Alright,
are,
I think that's interesting.
I feel so though.
I got you said- I got you said
I
other
never
genre.
actually think
Yeah, that's
about
very
that.
true.
right. If you
But
break it
Very,
down.
very true.
I feel as real.
Let me give-
I don't feel like soca will hit you when and it's not. Then again, I don't know because I mean like traveling with Puff and them.
Yeah.
I have seen some things where there's soca fest on around that time.
I ain't listening to more than Winter Be.
I
can't say that right now.
Okay, this is another angle then. Do you think some songs have more longevity based on, like, do you think some subgenres have more longevity? For example, sweet soca, right? If somebody had to release, if Porgy and Murder had to release a feeling outside of the season, I believe that has the longevity to last for the
Correct.
whole year. If the same music that I want to talk about that I want to say that I ain't connected to. Wait, call a song, man. I don't know.
I don't know. You want a jokey song or a bachelor song?
A jokey song. Do you think a jokey song has the longevity that it will have outside of crop over season?
Man, even saying jokey too is a far-fetched statement because they got jokey songs that do last long. But then they got the jokey songs that can last must not even to the end of the season.
Okay, well, I guess it depends on your song.
Right.
It depends on your song.
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay.
But it's not even soca. The soca songs is like that. Like, name a big song that was from the states that
Last long?
Loyal.
was kind of commercial or gimmicky or whatever.
Oh, man, that's
But you can never play it again. Like what is it called? Gangnam
Gangnam
Style?
Style.
Like, can you? Would you hear that again?
Yeah, that was a moment and that's done. That was a moment and that's done.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
do we have a lot of songs that are just moments then?
Yeah, we do.
And then and
They got classics and then they got, as I say, there's,
Right, okay, I get you.
there's
Yeah, I
fast
get you.
food music,
Yeah,
and then
right.
there's classics.
so do we want fast food outside the season?
That's the thing about
It's interesting. That's an
Do we want
interesting concept, but
monkeys outside Christmas and
No,
like
that's
independence and them things? That's the question that you're trying to get to. Because not everything is macaroni pie. Some things are seasonal.
I feel like you could release a fast food song
wait,
season.
this song, the Fruit Loops, when y'all
Yeah,
remember that?
Fruit Loops,
Yeah.
too sweet,
Apple
too
Jam.
pure.
That came out. That came out outside the season, right? That wasn't crop over.
Right.
So I think I think you could
think
get.
that's a subculture too.
But that's more Bajan dance song, like Bajan dance song.
I think that part. I think that would definitely exist outside.
Okay.
Definitely,
Okay, so the conclusion
especially with
to
the
that
cruises
is
and
varies.
things.
I feel
It's
like
short.
Soldier out to today.
From 26.
That's so hard.
Yeah. Listen, man.
This was
Well,
great.
yeah. What else we can say? Everybody satisfied? Everybody satisfied?
Yeah.
I'm
Very
satisfied.
good.
I'm satisfied. I liked it. This is the first of many. Anything you want to say before you go? Anything you want to plug? Maybe.
Not really. I mean, I good. I like what y'all doing.
How you could be a promoter for you? Listen, James, we're friends.
Hey, man, go
on
me lick up.
YouTube. James, we're friends on YouTube.
Man, it's just that I ain't that kind of promoter. Like I just
You don't promote yourself.
I
Okay.
just do it and just
Things
play it
that-
out.
That's a
Exactly.
passion project. That's not necessarily sign.
Definitely passion project and practice for me.
Check out James with Friends though.
What's that? It's like a podcast.
I had another topic.
We posted
It's-
that with Raise Your Hands.
it's a
The last episode of Raise Your Hands.
It's a series that I started.
She didn't watch, but that
It's a
was
series I
Yeah,
started.
Yeah.
There's three episodes so far. Yeah.
One with our very own Shannon
Carrington.
Carrington, Dr. Carrington. So,
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Future
nice name though.
Dr. Carrington. Shannon
James.
Carrington. Oh,
Jen's from Friends. Yeah.
Future. Thanks for Carrington.
Thanks for having me, man.
I like that. I like that you came and you really you answered all the questions.
Yeah.
yeah.
So.
Yeah. As I say, I will answer. Just don't answer with my sex life and they good.
I gotta think about what you said though about the fact that my whole philosophy on life.
Oh, you back on that?
Yeah, no, but
Yes,
then you
no.
made a good point though, because he identified that quickly based on something completely separate from thing that I go through heartbreak more.
Oh my god.
End this.
I go through
I just
heartbreak
waiting.
more than most people, and that I think that's just a philosophy I have
You
on
just see
life.
you
That
go
I
through
just
more
want
than most
change.
people do.
You see,
Yeah.
That's such a.
I picked that up
Statement
from
to
you
me.
because you got when you understand yourself, you understand people as well too. So it's kind of like I can tell everything comes from a core. So don't matter what direction you're going. It could be talking about a personal conversation, it could be business, and whatever. It starts from a core. So the way how you've been speaking and your belief system is set us that it could spiral off into like
Other
okay,
things.
Yeah, you's definitely in this bracket that you get tricked enough or your heart get
I
broke.
just don't want. This is reality. I just don't want to give up and say that people are stuck in their ways. That's all.
Yeah.
And that can freak me
I
up.
get you.
Again, it can freak me up. But
Just
But
be
you can tell
protect.
yourself.
Just be protected. After they say you don't have to.
Selective.
Yeah, be selective. Like you just can't just. give it all like that.
I get it.
Look, Clark can't save everybody.
I get you.
That's
Anyway,
yeah.
moving on for that. I know podcast. We out.
Thanks for watching the I Know podcast, information, knowledge, and observation.
Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at I Know Podcast. We'll see you soon.